Welcome back into the Flying T Club studios as Frogs Today continues. And every so often we'll do a little Where Are They Now? And we thought we would today have a little conversation, flashback to 1998. That Sun Bowl championship for the Horned Frogs and the guy who led them to victory. Would you welcome the quarterback, Patrick Batteaux, joins us right now. Patrick, how are you, man?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Good to see you again.
Good to see you, too.
You look like
Always
you can
good
still
to-
play.
Oh, I try to keep in shape.
You know?
I try to.
I think it
you know?
works.
Yeah, but I don't think I can.
Well, USC may have something to say, but, they still haven't seen the option like you ran it. You think back to that game, and that was the difference maker, was running the option against a team that really had trouble recognizing it, didn't it? I mean, did you get that feeling during the game?
Yes, we knew that in the Pac-12, they didn't see the option a lot. They threw the ball a lot in that conference, and they really didn't play any teams that ran the option. So I knew we would give them a surprise, and we executed.
It was a storybook finish to an amazing year that I wonder at what point during that season you knew it was special. Was there a moment in time where you thought, you know what, we've got a little something going on here?
Yes, during the whole year, we had some ups and downs that year, and I think it was one of the last games against UTEP. We had a really good game. I think we lost that game, but we fought pretty hard, and we came together. It was some things. I think we beat SMU, and we finished off the season pretty well, and we knew we had something to build on, with the new coaching staff, and then came the bowl game, which we didn't really realize that we were going to be in.
I was going to say the regular season. If you think back, folks, the regular season comes to an end. Did they tell you guys, "Hey, great season, good luck, we'll see you down the road"?
They did. They did.
Okay.
We put up our shoulder pads, put up all football equipment.
Yeah.
And we thought we were done.
Right.
And we were going to get into off-season workouts. And then we had a team meeting, and Coach Francione called us and said, "What do y'all think about playing in the Sun Bowl?"
Yeah. And you said, "I'm in."
And we said we're in.
Yeah.
And I remember him saying, two things to tell y'all. What do y'all think about playing in the Sun Bowl? And let me tell you who your opponent is.
Right.
It's USC.
Yeah. Here's the good news, and here's the other news, right?
Here's the other news.
Patrick Batteaux, when you think about your career, was there a point in your tenure here at TCU where you thought, "Yeah, I'm not going to be a quarterback. I'm gonna be something else, and I got to accept it"?
Yes. I started out as a receiver, and when Francione and his staff came, he wanted me to try out for quarterback.
Right.
And I was open to it. And initially, I was starting at receiver, and initially I was like, I'm just getting my feet wet.
Yeah.
I'm starting at receiver.
Because you had to convert to receiver,
Because I
because
converted.
in high school you were a quarterback.
Correct.
So you had to kind of convert to receiver. Then they're going to
Right.
convert you back to quarterback.
Back to quarterback.
Right. And then was there ever some doubt after you had converted back that you might be going back to receiver?
It was. I remember the first couple of practices because I wasn't throwing the ball.
Right.
I wasn't used to it. I just, my mechanics were off. And, it was like, maybe receiver is the best for me.
Yeah.
And, one of the other quarterbacks can take it over. And I think Coach Fran said that, they were thinking about doing that. But he said that I was getting better, a little bit better every day. And I was giving it my all. It wasn't something that I was upset about. I said, I'll do whatever's best for the team.
Yeah. And I think maybe it was more about your leadership qualities as well that had to come into play, didn't it? I mean, in those conversations with Fran, did he mention that at all?
Yeah, he did mention the leadership qualities and, the ability to grasp the offense, be able to, just think about different things in the heat of the moment at that time. And so that was kind of one of his things that he did mention because he recruited me out of high school at New Mexico. And I was a receiver then. And I was only a receiver for 1 year, my senior year in high school.
Right.
So I didn't have a lot of experience playing quarterback.
Yeah.
But it ended up working out. I'm glad it happened. And it was great.
What you benefited from, too, is you had two pretty good running backs.
That's true.
Basil Mitchell and LaDainian Tomlinson. I mean, that helps, doesn't it?
Oh, that helps. That helps. That takes a lot of pressure off of me to have two NFL caliber running backs.
Yeah.
and they were great. I mean,
And by the
that
way, an
duo,
offensive line that was pretty big too.
offensive line was really great too.
Yeah,
Yes, they were top notch.
those were fun times. Give me some sense of your relationship with Coach Fran and what that was like, and maybe takeaways from that that you still live with today.
Yes, Coach Fran came in and he just changed our culture. He changed the vision. He came in and he had goals, and I remember a pyramid that he had that it said goals. It said conference championship, win a bowl game, and he just changed our whole culture, changed our whole mindset,
Yeah.
and that's something that, I live with today as far as, change is inevitable. It's going to come. How you handle the change, how you adapt to it is kind of, what's going to be the most important thing. And hard work, he challenged us every day. Um, he, we worked really, really hard. I remember um, being in practice and like saying, there's no way we're going to practice in 20 degrees, but we did,
Yeah.
and so, you just have to overcome it. And so that's something that, applies to life still to this day.
How did how did your relationship change post football, or did it at all? I mean, in your contact with him, and not that you're in contact with him every week, but how did that relationship change once you were off the field?
Yeah, you were able to talk to him about life, and things. He shared a lot of things, during his tenure here that at TCU that, you know, he said that he had to do to get us to where he wanted to be, which was, ended up being great and being successful. But still talk to him. We laugh about different things about, what happened and old things that happened either in practice or in the games. And I like to ask him different things of, about, well, what were you thinking here? Or what did
Right.
you do here? And things like that. So it's still a great relationship every time I see him. And, we talk about the old days and reminisce and have fun.
One more old days question. Back to the Sun Bowl. Do you remember USC's reaction as you started to kind of pull away a little bit? Was there any talking that went on the field? And do you remember early, was there any conversation between the two teams that you look back on now and you can smile about?
Yes. Well, they were talking a little bit during the game, and then it was something being a little bit conceited
Yeah.
about, they shouldn't even be in that game.
Right.
They are kind of too good for this game. They're going to run us over. And it was kind of cocky and conceited. But then after the game, when we beat them, there was no conversation. They ran off the field.
Yeah, they were
without
pretty
shaking
quick to do
hands.
so, right? Yeah,
That's true.
I remember that because they had a big time linebacker, Chris Claiborne,
That's true.
right? Am I right about that?
That's true.
Who was a big time player. But the Frogs got the best of him that day.
We did. That offensive line did a great job.
Yeah.
I mean, they neutralized him. They were on him every play, hitting him, chopping his legs,
Yep.
And everything like that. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he won the Buckets Award
Yep.
that year, first round draft pick, and he was not a factor in the game.
So that experience at TCU propels you to life after football. Give me some sense of that preparation and how your tenure here, and I'm not talking about just necessarily on the football field, your academic experience, everything, kind of prepared you for a career now in banking that's been very successful.
Yeah, it's really prepared. You look at the things that I endured here at TCU and having to go to class, taking 8 hours a semester, 12 hours a semester, then having to do have football practice and things like that, and then going to do homework. And so it teaches you hard work, determination, perseverance, being persistent at something when it doesn't work. Um, there's just so many life lessons that I've learned through, having a great education at TCU, being a part of the football program that are still with me to this day.
You were in the spotlight for a while, as the TCU quarterback. Was that hard to walk away from when you become just a regular, average citizen at the bank?
Right. Yes, it is. It's an adjustment.
Yeah.
It's adjustment that, you're so used to playing football. So used to being in the spotlight, and people know your name, and people know this and that. And
You know what everyone knew? Everyone
that?
knew about your thumb.
That's true.
Everyone knew about Patrick's thumb because you'd injured your thumb, right? It was a ligament in your hand, right?
Correct. It
Well,
was a ligament in my
and
thumb.
everyone knew about it because it affected your ability to run the option some, right?
Right. It
And
did.
so I remember that kind of being the topic of conversation for everyone. You know,
Mhm.
you'd go out to lunch or something, and they'd say, "How's Patrick's hand?
Right.
You know, how's his thumb doing?" You know?
Right.
Everyone wanted to know.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah. It's so I tore a ligament in my thumb in the Northwestern game.
Yep.
I believe it was the second game of the year, my senior year, and so I had to I was either going to apply for a red shirt that year, possibly if I could, or you know, get over it and continue playing. And
Right.
so I was able to switch working with the coaching staff. Switch. I couldn't grab the ball.
Right.
So you tear a ligament, you can't hold anything. And so I was able to, if I'm going to the left side, to pitch with my right hand.
Right.
And so made that adjustment, and it ended up working out. And
And
so
you just hoped everyone who saw that on film knew the backstory that you actually could pitch it with your left. You just
Right.
couldn't hold
I
it.
just
at the
couldn't
time.
hold
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's
I
true.
know not to do it this way, but I got to do it this way.
That's true.
I get that. But that was the big story. I remember that everybody knew Patrick's thumb.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is true.
Tell
That
us
is
what
true.
you're up to now.
I am, enjoying life. I am in banking. Work for Texas Bank and Trust
Right.
as a senior VP in commercial lending. So do a lot of commercial real estate, financing a lot of commercial real estate here in the DFW area. It's a great market to be in
Yeah.
for real estate.
Yeah.
And in my spare time, love golfing,
Yeah.
love watching sports, staying involved with TCU.
Oh, I see you often. You come back often, don't you?
Come back often and support them.
Yeah.
Win or lose, I'm here supporting. I have season tickets.
Yep.
And love being a part.
What do you think of the vibe around the program right now with Coach Dykes?
I think the vibe has been nothing but positive.
Yeah.
Everything that I've heard or read with Coach Dykes and his coaching staff has been great.
Yep.
Practices I've heard have been really good. The new offense, defense have been really positive, and I'm looking forward to.
All right,
watching it.
I can't let you leave without asking you. You've seen Max Duggan. You've seen
Yes.
Chandler Morris. What do you think of those two guys?
I think both of them are very competitive.
Mhm.
Max I've seen over the last couple of years, and he has a fire
Yeah.
inside of him, and he's super competitive, and he wants to win, and I like that in a guy. Chandler, same way. Is great talent. I think it's going to be a great battle. Both of those guys, and I think it's they're going to feed off of the competitive nature of each of them.
Yeah.
Which it should be that way, and to push each other.
Yeah. Let's close with this. Other than the Sun Bowl, what's your fondest memory of TCU in your time in Fort Worth?
Fondest memory is probably the bowl games are great. Remember the Mobile, Alabama Bowl?
Yeah.
That was a great memory because that was my last game, and we won. We beat East Carolina, and we beat another NFL quarterback.
Yep.
And David Garrard.
David Garrard.
First it was Carson Palmer. Defense in that Sun Bowl shut him down, and then David Garrard, beating him. So that's something that I look back on and very proud of.
You ought to be proud of your great career here at TCU, and we're proud of the man that you've become since then. So
Thank you.
honored that you would come by and visit with us.
Thank you. My
Good
pleasure.
to see you, Patrick.
Thank you, Brian.
All right, Patrick Batteaux joining us here on Frogs Today.